I made a mistake there, let's start again.
Just keep going.
Okay, we'll do hello again.
Wait. Okay, good.
Hello.
Hello.
We're here to discuss roles in marriage, and that is what the husband's role should be and what wife's role should be, and shared roles. So I think we're going to be looking at the husband's role, isn't it, Ike?
That's right. We'll start with the husband's role. It's really important to look at these things because a lot of times people can wonder what is the husband meant to be doing, what is the wife meant to be doing, what are they meant to be doing together. So it's quite nice to be able to look at these roles and understand the best way to approach these issues.
Indeed. I mean, what we have decided to do is that we take the husband's role, first of all, then in our subsequent recording we're going to do the wife's role. Then another one we're going to be looking at shared roles, because we are in 2017 and there are certain things we need to actually look closely into. So do you want to kick off, Ike, and let's talk about the husband's role in marriage?
Well, the husband's role in marriage is quite clear in the Bible. The Bible talks about the husband being the head of the home. So that implies that the husband needs to be someone who is willing to take on that mantle of leadership. And leadership implies responsibility, wherein you take charge of your home and what goes on in your home. Now, that can be looked upon in a number of ways, and certainly the Bible encourages men to really be strong for their families, in the sense that they are thinking about what do I need to do to bring things into the family, how can I organise my family such that the family is doing well.
Absolutely. I think as a wife, I know that prior to us even getting married, it was a case of, well, what kind of man would I want to be married to? And definitely it was someone who has that leadership skill, that person who would be able to take the ultimate responsibility for his family, and someone who would give me the confidence to do a lot of things in that regard, because I know that I'm married to someone who would lead on and who will take that role confidently. And because my husband is a confident man and he leads well, it makes me confident as an individual, as a wife and as a mother, isn't it?
That's right. So leadership is important, and I suppose when you talk about leadership, you've got to be talking about leadership in the things of God. So that really the husband needs to be someone who is seeking God's will, someone who is willing to act as a priest in his own home, someone who is willing to teach the children and certainly lead the wife in the things of the Lord, and that's important. When it comes to other roles of the husband, I mean, the Bible makes it quite clear that the husband's role is to love his wife.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Love husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. So that is quite clearly stated. And the Bible makes it clear that love should be unconditional. Love should be genuine. Love should be strong. Love should be able to withstand anything. And that's what the love that a man has for his wife should be.
Oh yes, I'm sure people can see the smile. Loving your wife unconditionally, and you have actually hit the nail on the head when you talk about the scripture which talks about how Christ loved the church.
Yes.
Which means, good, bad, ugly, sad, whatever, you are meant to love your wife, however, whatever, whenever. In good times, in bad times, when she's a bit of a nutter, when you're both not in the mood, when things, you feel that things are not up to scratch, when things may not necessarily be first class, you are meant to love your wife, and I'm quite into that. Because sometimes we do get carried away and feel that, well, if you misbehave, cause another boat, if you don't meet my expectations, then I'm not going to do what I'm supposed to do. When you think about the church, the kind of people who come into the church, you don't have just the pious man or woman, you have all kinds. The church, and Christ loves the church unconditionally, and that is the way a man should be with his wife. And not just with words, isn't it? But actions also.
It should be with actions. I mean, the Bible says love should be genuine, love should be sincere. We talk about love, and a lot of times love conjures up so many different things to different people. But what the Bible teaches about love is that love is sacrificial, love is giving, love is caring, love is gentle and kind. Love is always seeking the best for the other person. Love is stating that no matter what happens, no matter what challenges there are, we're going to succeed. That's what love does in a marriage. It gives you that that energy, that commitment, that position where you say, I'm not giving up, I'm going to carry on. And then as you remain committed, then you see the fruits of your commitment and things fall into place.
And I guess the final thing I'd like to say is the fact that when men, watch this and they listen to this, for those of us, including us, is there something, the question I'd like to leave with us is there something you think, well, perhaps this weekend or one evening, I'm going to give up something to show my wife that I actually love her. You talked about sacrificial love, isn't it?
Yes.
And that is, you actually saying, well, I so much love this particular ... But just to make my wife happy, I'm not saying it should be a one-off, but even if you've never done it before, perhaps it's something we all need to start thinking about, as in what can I give up to show this woman that I truly, deeply love her. I know that's something you do very well, wherein you have those, plenty moments of times where you give up loads of things to show me love, even though I can be a bit stubborn about it. But the love is there. We do express that. That is something we do very well anyway,
Well, definitely. The Bible makes it quite clear that we're meant to be almost servants to our wife. And just like Christ gave up everything for the sake of our salvation, for the sake of the church, the husband should be willing to give up comfort, give up time, give up energy, and really make, as Linda said, an effort to demonstrate love. And the good news is that when you do that, you reap the benefits. It's usually beautiful when you see a man who has understood how to not only have love for his wife, but to show love to his wife.
So what does serving your wife mean when it comes to it? We're still talking about the roles of husbands. When we say a husband has to serve his wife.
Well, service means being able to do, in many ways, the bidding of that individual. You've got to understand what that individual requires and be prepared to fulfill that need. You've got to be able to work on behalf of that person. You've got to be prepared to really be thinking, what does this person need? It's just like Jesus Christ washed the feet of his disciples in a sense, and he said that this is how you have got to behave. This is the example I'm setting for you. So basically he was telling them that it's all about giving, it's all about demonstrating, it's all about actually showing that I'm willing to be humble enough to do something that will be of a blessing to you.
I think there's another twist to this actually, because when we talk about serving, we also need to think about the needs at that time of the wife.
Yes.
Isn't it? As a husband, we're all getting older, and what may have been applicable 5 years ago does not necessarily mean that it's applicable 10 years down the road. So it's also being attentive, isn't it, to see the needs. When it comes to the home, how do I make my wife's life easier?
Yes.
That is part of serving. When you have children, how do I reduce the burden for my family? I mean, it comes back again to this thing called leadership. It's what do I need to do for my wife to reduce her burden? Because to be quite honest, when the husband reduces the burden, it's easier for the wife to give love to some degree.
Yes.
It's you know, you feel, well, he's done so much for me, there's no need not to give love, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I'm sure we'll explore the role of a wife when it comes to the husband in our next talk. But suffice to say that husbands, you've got your work cut out for you. You've really got to love your wife unconditionally. That's what the Bible teaches, and there is great benefits in doing that.
So keep loving your wife. Till next time.